and I often work with a sculpture, usually very handmade sculpture, materials that I can directly work with. But for this show, for the very first time, I'm showing mostly drawings and like drawings on graphite. So that's, which in a way, they have always been happening in my practice, but it is the first time that they sort of come to light. So it's quite exciting to do a show that is bringing such a private part of the work.
Yeah, I mean, tell me a little bit more about this like joining of sculpture and of, I mean, I want to say painterly works almost. You have these glorious pieces on paper. I'd love to hear a little bit about how this came together.
Yeah, thank you. So it was a bit of like, I wouldn't say unplanned, but in a way, it kind of happened. It was like I do work in a way where I try to let the work lead me. So it's not like I have an idea and I execute. It's more like you start working, and working means not only studio work, but yes, like having conversations, talking with Flavia, who runs Anti Room, like I guess like paying attention to the environment. And even though I do say I work with a sculpture because that's what's more recognizable, I don't make such big differences between disciplines. Like I feel I do like a sculpture in terms of like what it recalls. It recalls about space, it recalls about size and weight. But to me, the way I approach them, it's quite similar. It's quite similar. So what was happening, I guess, is like because anti-room happens in different spaces. Often, like the space is chosen based on the artist's works. So we found this space which we really loved because of like the tunnel that you have to go through until you arrive, and then the height of the space. So in a way, the space kind of made us, yeah, and also invited us to think about these hanging works. So this is the only work that is an old work, I mean, from 2022, and it's like we can talk about them later, but they are like just these hanging sculptures made of bioplastic and silk. So in a way, thinking about the height and the works, I don't know, I thought it was nice to make them not the main thing, because they're very, how do I say it, catchy, because they hang in the center and they have colors. So I thought it was nice to kind of like show them, but actually make the strong part of the show being one of the most private parts of my practice, which is like this kind of, like all the drawings are like everywhere, like all these graphite drawings.
Yeah.